Hello, everybody. My name is Joshua Smith. I'm one of the regional sales managers over here at Schloss and Fleming. Looking at my watch here, it's looking like it's about 2 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. The webinar title today is called More Apps, More Money, Effective Cross-Selling. I want to thank you all very much for attending today's webinar. My goal for today is to take some time this afternoon to just talk about making more money on your appointment. As you know, our primary focus here at Schloss is working with the senior market. This means that we're able to not only provide some of the most competitive Medicare products out there, but also a suite of ancillary products to offer that have the most complete coverage for all of your clients. For a little background on me, I've been working at Schloss and Fleming for almost 3 years now, the majority of that time in my current role as a sales manager for Team North. And if you're not familiar, that territory basically encompasses everything west of Ohio and Kentucky, everything above the Mason-Dixon line, all the way clear out to Washington State, Oregon, and also includes California as well. If you're not in that direct area, that's no worries. I'm sure you're familiar with the other sales managers that we have for our regions. And if you aren't familiar, give me a call, shoot me an email. I'll make sure that you meet their acquaintance and have all of your questions answered. One thing I want you all to know before we start is that this webinar is going to be for all of our agents and all of our territories, so I will be making it fairly generic in terms of coverages. So I'm not going to be able to go too in-depth on product-specific material, but please, if you have any questions at all on the availabilities in your area, please give us a call, shoot us an email. We'll connect you with the right sales manager so we can review your area-specific plans and rates. So I will be going over some questions here that roll in during the webinar. All the questions that do come in, I will address and answer at the end. And if we do need to talk a little bit more, we can always do that off the webinar as well, again, by just giving me a call, shooting me an email. I'm always happy to help out. So, working with your current book. So first of all, the best clients you have are going to be your current clients. Make sure you keep your records up to date with a client relationship manager or a CRM. You want to make sure that all your records and database are current with all of your policies sold and to whom you sold them to. This goes a long way so you can easily identify and find the clients that need the most coverage. So here's some of the easiest products that you're going to be able to cross-sell while you're on your Medicare appointments. Today I'll be reviewing some of the basics of these plans and the best way to introduce the topics while you're on an appointment. We'll touch on dental, vision, hearing, cancer plans, hospital indemnity, final expense, and short-term recovery. A couple of additional things that I do want you to keep in mind is, one, contracting with any of the products are easy. In fact, we have carriers that will allow you to sell all of these products, including their Medicare supplement, with one easy contract. All you got to do is really just call one of our marketers. We'll get you set up. There's a comprehensive digital application that you can submit to contract with any of these carriers all at once. So with one contract, you can be up and ready to go with the hospital indemnity, dental, vision, hearing, cancer, short term. So there's no additional contracting that's required here. And it makes it easy for your clients as well because there's a lot of electronic enrollment opportunities out there as well. So if you have someone that you sold on a Medicare supplement, you can go ahead and roll them onto a cancer plan or a hospital indemnity, dental, vision, hearing right there while you're on an appointment. Makes it super easy and convenient for you. And then two, whether you sell Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, or a combination of them both, your clients are going to have gaps in the coverage that you can fill. You can easily identify where these products would make a good fit, and you can help your clients understand the need. You can't just run up to your client and say, hey, you need this dental plan, or let's get you signed up for hospital indemnity. That approach just won't work. And we'll get into what we can do in just a little bit, but it's going to be relating to the client. You want to let them be aware of the gap in the coverage and show them a way that you can assist. A needs analysis. I cannot stress enough the importance of a good needs analysis. This is a basic piece of paper that's essentially all the questions that you're going to need to ask your clients without having to say a word. Take your time to review a questionnaire that reviews your entire portfolio. If you don't have one, then let us know. We can assist with that. In fact, I highly recommend checking out Jessie's webinar on this subject on our website. You can find it under the Agent Resources tab. She just did it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's very informative. I think you're going to learn a lot from that, and being able to kind of identify what you're doing to assist your clients, but having it all laid out simply on one of these forms. Having this needs analysis is going to keep you on point and focused during the appointment. You're going to be able to base your appointment on your prospect's answers and offer products that will fit their exact needs and requests. It's a lot easier for a client to simply answer a yes or no checkbox than it is to articulate the gaps in their coverage. So basically what that means is, once you're out there on the appointment, if you've got all this checklist that says, hey, do you have a cancer plan? That's a yes or no question. It's very definitive. They can just answer yes, they can answer no. They're not going to really stop and talk and think about it. But that immediately gives you an idea of how can I start incorporating some of these plans into what I'm going to be reviewing today. So the first product we'll be talking about today is going to be dental, vision, and hearing. Whether you're working with a plan that sells just dental or a combination of all three, this is a tremendous opportunity for you. If you're talking to someone that is coming off of a group plan, this is going to be coverage that they're almost more than likely used to having. So why would you leave them high and dry when it comes to their senior coverage? Basic Medicare Part A and B do not cover any dental, neither do Medicare supplement plans. Some Medicare Advantage plans will cover some dental, but those aren't always the most comprehensive plans available. This gap in coverage needs to be filled for your clients, and it's an easy way to piggyback off your current appointment. The best way to bring up the subject with this particular client is to just ask them about their current dental coverage. Our carriers are saying that half the time you ask a prospect about what they're going to do to cover their dental, you can walk away with a sale. Find out how often they're going to the dentist, who their dentist is, and that you can find a plan that works for them. One thing that you can do is when you're talking about their normal health needs and their doctor, bring up their dentist. That can introduce the idea in their mind that you can bring it up later and take the application. Another thing too, not that it'll necessarily get you a sale for now after the meeting, but when you write that client on the policy, go back and talk to his or her dentist. Talk to them about how you're able to help them with their mutual client. Find that common ground. Once you do that, you're going to be able to see if there's a way that you can actually refer business back to each other. Always, always, always be looking for these exact opportunities. Networking with the local businesses is a surefire way to find success, especially in the senior market. Hospital Indemnity is a great product that can bring a lot of ease and concerns that a lot of your clients have when it comes to the cost associated with a hospitalization and the care directly after. To a Medicare agent, this is something that can ease the burden of the inpatient hospital copays that are left open with a lot of the Medicare Advantage plans out there. Many folks on Medicare don't realize the potential of an out-of-pocket cost can be and how difficult it can be to come up in your hardest times while you're on that fixed income. Well, this is a great barrier of protection for your clients. There's one thing that you have to be absolutely clear of, and that this coverage is not in any way a comprehensive or major medical, and it should not be used as a substitute for any coverage like that. It's not considered credible coverage by Medicare. It's just something to help out with that extra gap. Another thing to keep in mind, too, is that this is also a great option for your ACA clients. Over the last few years, which I'm sure a lot of you are going to be able to attest to, we've seen a rise in popularity in that particular demographic on out-of-pocket limits and deductibles. Because everyone's needs are going to be different, the agent is going to need some flexible plans as well. So the hospital indemnity plans that we're currently working with here at Neischloss do allow for some customization, so you can actually tailor their perfect hospital indemnity plan to any of their other health care plans. So basically this means that there's like a $350 copay for days 1 through 5 on a Medicare Advantage plan. You can actually create a plan that covers exactly that for your client. Or if there's the $375 for days 1 through 3, anything like that, you can fine-tune any of these plans to do. Or for your clients with a large deductible, there's some lump sum options available as well. You're also going to be able to see on the screen that some additional riders are available. So these riders do include outpatient rehab, ambulance coverage, skilled nursing, cancer, accidental death and dismemberment policies, inpatient mental health, and emergency room visits. If you are taking the time to go and get to know your clients and finding out their wants and needs, you should really start looking for these overlaps. Best of all, if you ever think that you just forget these options on an appointment, use an online enrollment system. Again, our ancillary product carriers are always finding the best and easiest and most convenient ways to add coverage is with a click of a button and not with the usual additional paper application. Use the tools that are provided to you to their fullest potential, and you'll definitely be able to start seeing some more apps to submit each and every appointment that you find yourself on. So when's the best time to bring up hospital indemnity? We really find that the best time to do so is to talk about it when you're reviewing the benefits for the plan. You want to be upfront, talk to them about their inpatient hospital copays. Tell them that you can review some options or you can bring that down or negate the cost of that inpatient hospital copay. Or you can also use this as a way to get back in the door during first quarter of the year after the annual election period. This will give you an opportunity to touch base with all of your clients that you wrote during the ADP to make sure that they have everything that they need for the next year and to offer them some additional coverage as well. Whether you have a Medicare Advantage client, a Medicare Supplement client, or even someone under the age of 65, when you get cancer, prescription drugs can be a huge issue and they're going to be extremely expensive. You might also want to use this benefit to cover some personal expenses that you incur from your routine daily life. Some folks have found this protection especially reliable for covering things like travel expenses. You're going to need to get to and from all of your doctor's appointments and cancer treatment centers, especially nowadays when you have patients traveling farther and farther to receive the care from the particular doctors and facilities from even around the nation. So then not everyone's staying in their local neighborhood or going to the local city hospital for this. This is a day and age that you're able to get on a plane and actually go and travel to the various specialties of the different cancer wards around the U.S. This is a great benefit for your clients that are thinking about doing that because it's extra protection. These benefits are going to offer you that chance for clients to not have to worry about paying for the mundane, and they can focus their time and energy to really seek the care that they need. Another thing about these plans is that they're not limited to just cancer. As you can see, you can get critical illness coverage to cover things like heart attacks and strokes. And with issue ages really starting low nowadays, even at 18, this is an opportunity for young clients to get covered now while premiums stay at a low and fixed rate. Another thing with cancer, statistics are now showing that I believe it's 1 out of every 3 females and 2 out of every males will be diagnosed with cancer at some point during their lifetime. Use that information with your clients. Ask them about their friends and family. They might bring up a history of cancer or heart attacks, and that would be a perfect opportunity for you to step in and just say, hey, your friends and your families, they might have been affected by this in an extreme way, but here's a way that I can help you if such a time in your life ever occurs. Short-term recovery. Short-term recovery care is a great coverage option for your clients who can't afford or can no longer qualify for long-term disability. This product can be especially useful for your senior clients to cover the many needs that they think might be covered by Medicare but aren't always. This protects your clients against thousands in unexpected out-of-pocket costs, covering expenses for care in your home, assisted living facilities, and even nursing homes. There are a lot of gaps in the Medicare coverage, and the list is growing all the time, so this is the product that's going to be able to bridge many of those gaps. While this product can fit both the needs and budgets for many of your clients, it's really especially perfect for those who simply can't afford the ever-increasing cost of long-term care policies. Also, folks that don't qualify for a policy in general, or like many, have waited too long to apply and can no longer qualify. Let's also keep in mind our clients that already have a long-term care policy but are exposed to a waiting period before the benefits actually kick in. Short-term recovery is an excellent choice to provide a benefit through this period. So for all these scenarios and different coverage options that we've kind of covered over here today, the one thing that you need to remember is that you need to find these gaps yourself. You can do that with a simple conversation and reviewing the product. I would say that dental, vision, hearing, and cancer plans are probably the easiest to start with. Since everyone's got a dentist nowadays, all you need to do is find the best plan to suit their needs. Remember, half the time you ask, what are you doing for your dental coverage, you'll walk away with a sale. Cancer, heart attack, stroke plans are similar. Everyone seems to know a friend or a family member that has been affected by cancer. So you have to be blunt. You have to assume the sale on this topic. Ask them, what are you doing for your cancer coverage? You know, a lot of times that question, people just look at you funny or ask you, what is a cancer plan? And again, here's your opportunity to be straightforward. You can talk to them, tell them, well, a cancer policy is going to be able to take care of your family if you were diagnosed. With reports showing 1 out of every 3 men and 1 out of every 2 women to be diagnosed with cancer in their lives, this is a real concern. You know, what would you or your family do if you were diagnosed with cancer? Some of those questions, some of those statistics can really stick with a lot of these folks. Or if they bring up a loved one that has been diagnosed, again, ask if that individual had a cancer plan. Let them know that you would be able to write them on such a policy if that situation would ever turn up for them. Short-term and hospital indemnity are going to be a little bit more situational, but these plans are super valuable when the time is right. Take a good look at your client's coverage and take note on what their inpatient hospital copay is like. Whether they're fine and happy with their plan, you should be as well. You can even take the time to see if a little extra coverage would be more comfortable. So in like a Medicare situation, you might say something like this. So Maggie and Tom, I'm glad to see that we got you on these Medicare Advantage plans today. I think this coverage is going to be an excellent fit for you. And it looks like you're even going to be able to save some money as well. I know that you mentioned that you're comfortable with how much this would be if you went to the hospital, but I did want to show you something called a hospital indemnity plan. That's going to be something that will cover you just in case you had to be admitted to the hospital. I did a quick quote before I came in today. Looks like we actually get you coverage with that full amount for a monthly premium that's usually less than $30 a month. Again, be blunt, come prepared. If you know what plan that these individuals are going to be written on or have an idea, take a look at that inpatient hospital copay. Run a quick quote. Make sure that you have all that options available right then and there so you're not fumbling over any other quote engines or tools right there on the sale. And in conclusion, again, one of the best things that you can do as an insurance agent is to go back and review your client's coverage. Set an appointment for you to see them or have them come into the office for a review. Make it a service that you provide on the regular. It keeps them happy, and it should make you happy to know that they're still good and that they're still on your mind. You'll also want to be organized when you do this. So again, you want to make sure that you have an up-to-date system and directory for all of your clients. That way you'll be able to see at a glance exactly who these individuals are, what coverage that they have, and what gaps they might have. Don't spend all your time going through folders when you can have an intuitive digital system. Use your needs analysis on every appointment. Whether they're old or new clients, there's always an opportunity to find something new for them. And lastly, but again, most importantly, you have to be forward. You have to be able to assume that the sale and that they need that additional coverage. These plans make sense to have. Otherwise, they just wouldn't even exist in the first place. You have to start thinking more proactively and engaging your clients in on these conversations. Ask the questions. I think that you'll be able to find that you're going to start being able to get some more money out of each and every appointment once you're doing that. So again, that's going to be about it. As I mentioned in the beginning, I will be able to take some time for questions if any kind of come in so far. Let me just check our chat here. It does not look like any questions have come in, but again, always feel free to give Neishloss and Fleming a quick call, shoot your sales manager an email, let us know what we can do to help support you and your business. Keep us in mind. We're always happy to help out. And as for today, I want to thank you all again for so much for being able to, stick tuned and stay with us. If there's anything that we can do to help, let us know. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great rest of the day and a pleasant weekend. Take care.